Hello everyone, Mr. Tryout here, and I would like to welcome you all to this amazing series in the channel. Pokemon Violet Gymlocke Challenge Water Edition. I would like to note that this is a blind playthrough of Pokemon Violet. Brace, as I'm about to explain the rules set for this challenge. Like any other Nuzlocke, if a Pokemon faints, is considered dead. I have one chance to catch any water type Pokemon I come across. Since it's a blind playthrough, I will also be catching new Pokemon and checking if it is a water Pokemon. If it is not, it goes straight into the box, never to be used. I must nickname all the older gen Pokemons, but for the purpose of learning their names, I won't nickname the new ones. No items in battle, except for maybe Pokedolls to roll away. There might be some over leveling because I'm going in blind, but I'll try my best to keep it within a fair range. Shiny Claws is in effect. If I see a shiny Pokemon, I can catch it and use it no matter what the type. After catching my 6 water Pokemon, or right before the first gym, I have to name an ace. If my ace dies, it's an automatic wipe after the battle. I can't continue to progress after such a devastating loss, and I must reset the game. Finally, the battle style is set. Allow me to introduce you to Wallace. I named him after Gen 3 Ace Gym Leader. You could make the case that this is him when he was young, but I leave that for you all to decide in the comment section below. I truly hope that I find Feebas or Milotic in the game, since that is Wallace's ace after all. However, I will make do with whatever water Pokemon is available in the game. So right here I meet Professor Pavel. I am the director of Yudokabe. You may call me Clavel. I put on my hat on, and he shows me the Pokemon that I will be choosing from as my starters. I'm very excited, since these little guys look cute as hell. After a short walk, we'd head into Nemona's house, and what do you know, all of a sudden they're not next to me anymore. That's gonna be our choice right there. Good old Quaxel. He's looking very beautiful. Oh, Sprigatito is also quite nice. And for Coco, what can I say about for Coco? Other than I'll be beating the tar out of him for the rest of this entire series. Probably. I'm not sure yet. And there she is, Nemona. The first trainer that Wallace ever laid eyes on. Are you these 3 trainers? Not quite. Master Wallace has yet to make his choice, you see. I do wonder which of them he will choose as his first Pokemon. The choice is clear, ladies and gentlemen. I will be going with Quaxel, as I've already said. After picking Quaxel, Nemona decides she wants to challenge me, and she picked Fuecoco for herself. And she wants a fruitful battle. I don't know how fruitful it's going to be for her, since I have a water type and she has a fire type. But here we go. Fuecoco is sent out, and here comes Quaxley. First, I know this is your first Pokemon battle, so let's just have some fun. It being a fire type, I obviously go for the water gun. her Fuecoco is actually faster. So Quaxly's water gun hits. Half of the health is gone, and she's surprised that I know that water is strong against fire. I decide to tell Quaxly to finish it off with a water gun. After getting hit with a tackle, he does. And that wraps up my first battle with Nimona. She's surprised that I won, but also happy that she found herself a rival. After a while, I walk up to a little bit of an altercation at the beach. It seems a motorcycle-like looking Pokemon is having some sort of issue with the local Handowers. The Handowers growled, he growls back, and next thing you know, I'm falling off a cliff. But don't fret, I'm fine. I actually do make friends with this Pokemon after I give him a sandwich. And spoiler alert, he loves sandwiches. He has a thing for them. After a beautiful moment at the beach, the Pokemon heals up, powers up, and next thing you know, he leads me into a cave, pointing to follow him. It seems our way up is through that cave. Only one problem. In the cave, there's a Houndoom, and he is looking mean as hell. The Pokemon does come save me and tells the Houndoom to back the hell up, but that is when the Houndoom calls for reinforcement. Outnumbered and outgunned, it's not looking too good for dear old Wallace over here. But then, the Pokemon gets ready to face the Houndour, but then decides, changes his mind to save me. And then next we hear Nimona, "Hey! Up here, quick!" And just like that, Wallace was saved. We make it out of the cave. We meet this other student named Arvin. He tells us that the Pokemon name is Rhydon, and that he used to be his caretaker, and that we are not worthy of looking after Rhydon unless we can beat him in a battle. His memories are leaving a bad taste in my mouth, and I want it gone. And beat him in a battle, we proceed to do. I tell Quaxly to use a wing attack, and before I knew it, his Corvette was half health. I get hit by a tackle, but I made an insignificant tackle, does very little damage. Water gun this time around, and GG. Yet another fine victory. Arvin never stood a chance. After realizing what a great trainer I am, he hands me Rhydon's Pokeball and says that I should take care of him. And so, our adventure with Miraidon begins. On my way to school with Nimona, I spot a side dog. I was like, I want it, I need it, come here side dog. Give me that side dog. Then I notice that's Cloud 9, and it's level 4. And I feel like that side dog could probably survive a wing attack. And And so it does. Then I throw that beautiful, wonderful Pokeball. I say the magic words, get in that Pokeball. And 1, 2, 3, and just like that, you guessed it, the first water Pokemon of the series. We name it Calypso. And off we go. By a river, and I wonder if I follow this river, will I run into any more water Pokemon? And indeed I do. I run into an Azurill, and I'm just there like, wow, this is amazing. And I decide I'm gonna use a pound since the wing attack almost killed the Psyduck. And wonderful, it didn't do that much damage. So it's time to capture it. Get in that Pokeball. 1, 2, 3, bam! And the second capture of the series. I am a little bit surprised when I see the Pokedex. It says that Azurill is a normal type fairy, but we both know that it evolves into Meryl, who becomes a water fairy, and then Azumarill, who is also a water fairy. It's time to nickname it, and we end up naming this Azumarill Bubbles. I am ecstatic after this point, and I'm looking for another Pokemon, but then I run into this Buizel, and I'm just like, no freaking way. Like, literally minutes ago, I just ran into an Azurill, and now I'm running into a Buizel, and he's a level 5 Buizel. He's pretty strong. Pretty happy about that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use a wing attack, because I feel pretty confident this Buizel will survive it, and what do you know? It does. Alright, it's time to throw that Pokeball once more. And come on now. 1, 2, 3, boom! There it is. Buizel, a fantastic Pokemon. This series is going all my way so far. I am having a great time. And what do we nickname this Buizel? Well, I'm going to apologize for my lack of originality. I wanted to I was going for something like wrestling type of nickname, so I figure I call him H2O. My bad. I've been having such great luck with this river that I'm like, okay, I'm just going to follow the river all the way down. And what do you know? It leads me to a beach. And I'm like a kid in a candy store, water type everywhere. There's a Magikarp right there, and I'm like, go straight for it, because I mean, we all know Magikarp turns into Gyarados, and God knows I love myself a Gyarados. Alright, I know it's a long-term project here, Magikarp, big investment. I go for the wind attack and hope that I do not kill this Magikarp. It does splash, fantastic. I'm a little sad it doesn't have tackle yet, but that's okay. Alright, I do half damage health, throw that Pokeball, and pray to the water gods. 1, 2, 3, boom! Oh, that is awesome. That's such a huge achievement, getting that Magikarp so early on. Whew! This is absolutely insane. I am ecstatic. This is going so well. Alright, I'm gonna name this Magikarp Tiny, because, you know, it's a tiny Pokemon, right? Yeah. I turn around, I see a Wingull. I am salivating at this point. Potential Pelipper with Drizzle to make it rain. Here comes the dream team, the rain team. Let's go. I choose pound, my weakest attack, and the dream is dead. Not even a crit. And 1 pound, and it's dead. Yes, this was a very upsetting moment in the series for me. Anyways, I move along. I see a Wiglet, and I say, you know what, Wiglet, let's do this. I'm gonna use pound again because I feel like at this point wing attack is way too goddamn strong. And Wiglet lives with the bread. I'm like, what the heck? How does a Wiglet survive my pound attack, but a Wingo doesn't? This doesn't make any sense. Whatever. I just go to my bag, grab a ball, and just jug it out the Wiglet and say, get in the goddamn ball. I don't have time for this shit. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, boom. And the Wiglet is mine. As I mentioned earlier, I will not be naming the new Pokemon of the series, and Wiglet is in fact a new Pokemon, so he's gonna stay a Wiglet. I make my way back up the river. Next I spot a Wooper, and I decide to pound it and throw a ball. But to my surprise, after catching it, Wooper is now poison ground. He's no longer a water Pokemon. At this point, I feel so robbed. So I just go ahead and thank you all for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Violet Gymlocke Water Edition, and have yourselves a great adventure in the wonderful world of Pokemon.